What's up, Ride Warriors? We are here today. I'm here with the Maverick, Rob Dole. Maverick, we are here to ride the brand new ride, Snake River Expedition here at Cedar Point. We're gonna go jump on the boat ride here in a moment. You can see there's not a very long line. Has been a very long line this past weekend for sure. Hour waits. So we're gonna go check this out. And we'll come back with a little bit of a review for you on how this ride goes. So we'll be back in a second. I wonder if Buck Skinner's going to be on the ride today. I heard the price of fur is real good. What's up, guys? We are here having just gotten off of Snake River Expedition. Now, just to give you a little history lesson here, Paddle Wheel Excursions is the old version. Now, originally this opened up at Cedar Point as Western Cruise. You can see the boat going to be coming right behind us here very soon. There you go. There is the boat to Snake River Expedition. But Western Cruise opened up a long time ago. Then Paddle Wheel was the next gen version of that. And this ride, trying to recapture what they had with Paddle Wheel a little bit. But I would say overall, it's a very, very different experience. I was on the last boat of Paddle Wheel back in the day, a few years ago, Labor Day weekend. Dick Kinzel, the great former president of Cedar Fair, was the pilot of that boat, was the host of that boat. It was a lot of fun, a lot of one-liners. But this ride is a little bit different. Rob, what are some of your thoughts here on Snake River Expedition?
I've never ridden Paddle Wheel Excursion. I started to come to Cedar Point in 2013, so well, I mean, I've been there before, but I mean, I've just recently been going over and over again since 2013. So so I've never experienced Paddle Wheel Excursion, but this was interesting. This was more like what I would say like what is it called? Forbidden Frontier.
Oh yeah,
it's more like that, but in a smaller, condensed kind of like a thing, like it's just on a boat.
So like if you've been through Forbidden Frontier, there's an overarching story that's happening there with different clans, different people, and this is kind of like an extension of that. They try and bring in some of that story into the Snake River Expedition, but then create a whole new story on top of it. Whereas Paddle Wheel, if you've ever been on that, it's a series of one-liners, a series of animatronics that you go from station to station. There was a loose story, not really much going on. It was like, hey, let's go look at what's happening on this crazy island. There is an overarching story from the very beginning to the end. The one thing I will say is I kind of thought there'd be a little bit more one-liners, a few more jokes here or there. There were a few good things that they said. Not a whole lot of reuses from Paddle Wheel, which kind of surprised me because they had a lot of opportunity.
Well, I watched video on Paddle Wheel Excursion, and I thought that's what we're going to get here. It's just we're going to get more one-liners, and I was actually looking forward to that because I've never experienced that, so I wanted to experience it for myself. But with the whole story and stuff like that, and it just felt like it was just Forbidden Frontier, but in a boat.
Yeah, and there's a lot of interesting things going on where there's a whole pre-show too, which I wasn't expecting.
Right.
That was kind of cool. Yeah. So there's a pre-show to kind of set you up with this story, and then you get on the boat and they continue that story from there. So you go around the island, experience it. There's live actors, animatronics, just like you used to remember on Paddle Wheel. So a whole lot of different things going on here. But an interesting addition here to Cedar Point. And I'm sure what happens on the boat and what happens in the story might change. over time, where I think they're gonna, like, this is a first year thing. They're gonna refine this, they're gonna retune this a little bit. But I really think it was a really good opening start here, where this has only been open for what, a couple of weeks now.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. I mean, a lot of things that happen during that, it's pretty kid friendly. You know, some of the jokes on there are more geared towards we had a great actor. What was his name? Perez?
Yeah, Aztec Perez was our host. And if you remember Paddle Wheel, the host has a lot to do with how this ride goes. The host has to have that energy. And I will say our host, Aztec Perez, was amazing on our boat. Did a really good job. Yep. And I think as this progresses, as we see this live theater, because really there's, like I said, there's live actors. Everyone was really into their role, which was awesome to see, because sometimes people are just like, you know, hesitant or, you know, a little nervous.
The one girl was a little, you could tell she was a little nervous, but I think she completed it better. When she first came out, she was a little shaky, but then she completed it pretty well, I think.
And it's like the storyline really gives the actors time to shine. And that's interesting, because one of the things that Cedar Point has said that they really wanted to do, I remember going on one of the Ride Warrior Club backstage tours, and we met with the director of live entertainment here, and he says we're always looking for new opportunities to expand our live entertainment options. And yes, this is a ride. Yes, this is an attraction, but there are definitely live actors on there, and this is part of that live entertainment division as well. That you have to have good actors to make this thing work.
This is also a good thing for families. I mean, this is a good break from a lot of people just come here for the roller coasters. I mean, that's Cedar Point's known for the roller coasters. So Forbidden Frontier and rides like this kind of give you that break from that and get you into a different kind of a different atmosphere.
Well, when they closed Paddle Wheel, I remember the big criticism was, well, you're taking out another attraction that the entire family can do together. And now they brought that back. And just to note, I was wondering how they were going to do this. The bridge to Forbidden Frontier is completely different as well. They do have a higher bridge now that's brand new. So the boat can go clear underneath it. 'Cause I'm like, well, how are they going to do that? Well, they fixed that as well. So interesting addition, I would say. Much needed here. Family attraction to Cedar Point. Add something that the whole family can do together from age.
It's interactive too.
It's interactive, so you play along, you're a part of the story. So overall, I would say this was, a lot of people were upset when they closed Paddle Wheel, and this is a fine replacement for it. And I look forward to see how this ride is going to change and evolve in the future, and hopefully get better and better and better, because I know from doing theater myself, you start with an idea, you start with a script, and over the course of months, over the course of years, sometimes even depending on what your theater's doing, you refine it, you make it better, that you don't just keep doing the same thing over and over. So I'm sure they're going to look at what happened, what's going on right now, and trying to make that better and better and better. And that's what's exciting about this, is you might be able to ride this every single year and it be a little bit different, having a little bit different takes on it, different nuances. And getting a new look at things, that doing the same. And that was the cool thing about Paddle Wheel too. There was a whole big book of jokes, and they didn't use the same jokes every time. That there were new jokes, added to that, or cycled through. That if you wrote it enough, you probably heard them all. But this too, I hope to see the storyline evolve and change and get better and better. So, as always, I am Andrew Barchak from Chicago, Illinois.
And I am the one Rob Dole from Cleveland, Ohio.
Right on, Ride Warriors.